Season 1 of the MW3 and Warzone Battle Pass has just come out, and as per usual, leveling up the Battle Pass, progressing through tiers by earning those Battle Pass tokens can seem a really long, really boring and difficult grind, but in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make it as quick and as easy as possible for the first season of MW3 and Warzone, starting off with some really strong methods. Now this video is going to provide the best and fastest ways to level up your tiers in Season 1 of MW3 and Warzone, so be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video as it's packed full of tips, but if you do want to jump to a specific part of the video, there'll be timestamps in the description. Before we get into the video, if you're looking to permanently unlock the new MW3 Mastery camos, including Interstellar and Borealis, or play in bot lobbies to max out your guns and unlock camos quickly, or even get your hands on an instant delivery pre-made account, then be sure to check out MitchCactus.com. These guys are the biggest and most reliable sellers with tons of brand new offerings for MW3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation and PC. So far they have almost 10,000 reviews on Trustpilot. If any of that sounds good to you guys, then make sure to use code RAGER for 5% off for a limited time only. First, we'll talk about the best way to level up your battle pass in MW3 and multiplayer, then zombies, and then Warzone, before finally talking about which modes are best overall. So starting out with MW3, the most important factor is the time played, so longer matches are more efficient as you're spending less time loading into the game or loading out of the game, less time in the lobby, and actually more time just playing the game, and actually playing the game is what counts for XP for your battle pass. So it's really important to play longer matches if you can, because most of the progression for your battle pass for earning those tokens is going to come from time played. So in multiplayer, the longer matches are ones like Domination, Hardpoint, Ground War, Invasion, those kind of modes. As well as this, you also need to be making sure that you're earning a lot of XP, as that's the second most important factor. So most important thing, time played. Second most important thing is the XP you earn. So in terms of XP, what kind of mosh pits and modes can we go into that will boost the XP and therefore make this battle pass grind easier? Well, similar to in Modern Warfare 2, the Rust and Shipment mosh pits are some of the best ones in Modern Warfare 3. They've been out recently. We've had the Rustment playlist. They're unlikely to be out in Season 1 when it launches, and so instead it will likely be the Meat and Grease map mosh pits, which are the new launch Season 1 maps when the new season comes out. So Meat apparently is quite a small map. It is quite good. It should be okay. I don't know if it'll be amazing, but it definitely will be alright, I think, and it'll be quite small, so it should be good for getting more kills and doing better in the game. So hopefully it'll be a good and strong map. We've also got Grease, which looks nice. It probably won't be as good, but it'll still be okay, I reckon. Hopefully they're better maps because they're the first new maps we're actually getting from Modern Warfare 3. The rest are obviously ported over from the original Modern Warfare 2. So they'll be the new 6v6 maps at launch. But until those other mosh pits are back, that's probably the best ones to go for. Later on, like I say, if there's like a Rust playlist or a Shipment playlist or a Terminal playlist or something like that, definitely go for that if you can. And if there's no good 24/7 match mosh pits, which is unlikely, you can play other games with longer objectives and high XP, like I say again, ones like Domination, Hardpoint, Ground War, those kinds of modes. If they have any limited time hardcore versions of those modes, then absolutely go for those. They're even better because you can get more kills. So if they do like a hardcore Shipment like they've done in the past, or hardcore Rust or something like that, definitely go for that if you can. So that's kind of the best modes. Now let's talk about your class setup, because that's actually really important for getting more battle pass XP. If you're not putting the right things in your class, you're not going to get as much XP as you need, so we'll quickly talk about that. Now for your class, you want to make sure you're equipping the decoy grenades as well as lethals such as Semtex grenades, field upgrades such as DDoS or trophy system, and ideally toggle your kill streaks to score streaks such as UAV, counter UAV and sentry turret, just so that you're getting XP from that too. Now the reason that's so important is because for the decoy grenades, every time you use them when you spawn in, if it goes off near an enemy and they die, you get XP assist. You get like a decoy assist XP, and that can give you several thousand extra XP at the end of the game just by using them. So really, really important. Throw them into the middle of the map or high flow areas every time you spawn in. Then for your lethals, make sure you're using them. They'll get you XP as well. So chuck them into, objective points or, middle of the map or high flow areas. With your field upgrade, you can either use a DDoS to keep DDoSing enemies or equipment, which will get you lots of XP, or you can put down a trophy system if it's a small map like Shipment, as lots of people be throwing around decoys and other things, and that will give you lots of points from the trophy system. So that's really good to use. Then obviously use your score streaks as well. As well as this, when you're playing multiplayer, it's important you've obviously got a good class. So if you need to level up weapons faster to get better attachments, then do check out my Season 1 Weapon XP guide. Put good attachments on your class, obviously. Make sure you're using, like I say, your kill streaks, but also your equipment and your field upgrades. Both use yours and destroy the enemy kill streaks, enemy equipment and enemy field upgrades, as that will get you more XP as well. Try and go for the objective as much as you can. Really push for it because it forms a lot of the XP you get. So if it's domination flags, go for those. If it's kill confirmed tags, pick up them. Whatever it is, just keep going for the objective and obviously get as many kills as you can along the way. Alongside this, you're going to want to do challenges. So we've got a lot of challenges in Modern Warfare 3. We've got up to 9 daily challenges across multiplayer and zombies. We've also got weekly challenges. We've got up to 14 a week, plus cool rewards we can unlock like aftermarket parts, certain weapons, camos, that that kind of thing. We've also got a bunch of base Modern Warfare 3 calling card challenges, and there'll also be new calling card challenges for Season 1. And we've then also got the camo challenges. So in Modern Warfare 3, that's the Priceless and Interstellar Mastery camos. If you guys need any help with unlocking those, then check out my camo guides playlist via the card on screen or link in the description. I've got different camo guides for all the difficult challenges that you guys might have. With these challenges, just make sure you're overlapping them. So try and overlap them, the daily challenges, weekly, the calling card and the camo challenges. So if they all involve, let's say, an assault rifle, just make sure you're doing that challenge with that assault rifle or with that attachment or with that piece of lethal equipment, whatever it is, just make sure you're doing the challenges, because the more you can overlap, obviously the faster you can get this XP. So really worth doing. Definitely go for that as much as you can. That's it for multiplayer. What about for zombies? Well, in zombies, bear in mind that longer matches, like I said, means less time not in the game, and therefore it's more efficient. So zombies is good because generally matches are going to be longer, and they're also less variable because you're not going to have like different sets of skills of players. It's roughly going to be the same, and you're playing against zombies. So as long as you're doing the right things, you're going to get very similar amounts of XP every single time. So zombies is definitely less variable. When you're playing zombies, try to boost the XP earned from each aspect of the game. So when you guys exfil or you finish the game, you'll see there's a bunch of different bonuses, and that's what you kind of want to be hitting. And we'll talk about that more in a minute, but I'll just quickly talk about the main bonuses. So first of all, we've got the exfil bonus. Obviously, if you exfil, you're going to get more money. Same for zombie kills, activities completed, contracts completed, loot containers open. So, literally the more duffel bags, fridges, supply boxes, whatever it might be, keep opening them, as they're going to get you cool rewards, cool stuff, essence, but also you'll get XP literally just for opening them, which is good. Also, the points of interest visited, so the more areas you visit on the map, the more XP you get, and miscellaneous items extracted as well. So if you're, looting more stuff, you're going to get more items you can extract, which is great. And all these things together is really going to give you a lot of extra bonus XP, which is fantastic. Also, don't forget that for Modern Warfare Zombies, we've got the story missions. So you can do Act 1 to 3 story missions. Each one gets you a lot of XP. I've got Modern Warfare 3 Zombies mission guides if you guys need help with that. I'm going to have the Act 1 to 3 ones. And we've also got the Act 4 set of missions for Season 1. So I'm going to be covering those as well. Again, it's going to get you lots of cool rewards, schematics, story missions, and also, like I say, you can get loads of XP in the process. Thousands and thousands of XP. So definitely worth doing those missions alongside your game, because a lot of them are pretty easy. It's like do a contract or get this many kills, that kind of thing. It's really not that difficult at all. So definitely try and go for them when you can. When you're actually playing zombies though, what do you want to be doing to get more XP? Well, obviously I've said we wanted to boost each aspect of the game, but there's a couple of areas that you really want to focus on, and I'm going to talk about them quickly just to make you grind that bit more efficient. So before you start every game of zombies, you're going to want to do a couple of things. First of all, you want to put on a field upgrade such as the energy mine that sets off a few explosive pulses just to clear hordes of zombies. It gets you XP, so it's great. Also put on a Semtex grenade or another piece of lethal equipment to kill herds of zombies. Make sure you put on something like a stim or decoy grenades to either heal yourself or distract the zombies. That's really useful. And also if you've got any sort of battle pass tokens, obviously put them on too. Now once you spawn into zombies, there's a couple of things you want to do. So there's two really important contracts that you can do, and the first one is Outlast. Now the Outlast contract is the one with the little satellite dish symbol, and basically what you want to do is get there, it's like hardpoint but in zombies, activate the PND, aim for a capture rate of like 50 to 60%, then come off of the zone. That will cause some zombies to spawn in. There'll be one main area that the zombies are spawning from, so kind of find that area, head towards it, and they'll repeatedly spawn throughout the whole match. Now you don't want to get the Outlast contract to 100% because then it will complete, but if it goes down to 0 when you step off, it doesn't matter, because when you step off the capture rate is going to go down, but like I say, it doesn't matter if it gets to 0. So just what you want to do is that kind of tricks the game into giving you more and more zombies if you don't finish the contract. So just keep letting the game give you more and more zombies, keep killing them over and over again, and obviously that's going to get you a ton of zombie kills, and then when you've eventually got bored or you want to finish, you can obviously then just finish that contract and then you'll get XP for it too. It's unlimited zombie kills and they come quite fast, so you can get them throughout the whole match, zombie kills if you want to, which is fantastic. There is a couple of things I recommend doing for this contract. The first one is putting on PhD Flopper, as this reduces explosive damage which you get from Hellhounds. There's quite a few Hellhounds that spawn, so try and put that on if you can. Likewise, if you can put on self-revival stims just to keep yourself alive, and also speed cola to reload faster or stamina up to run faster can be quite useful as well. The other contract that you can do is the Spore Control contract. Basically there's 6 zombie spores or eggs in the Spivet region. They've got a frozen shell which you can't shoot. You then go up to the blue toolbox, pick up a bunch of inhibitors, equip some and put the rest in your inventory, and basically when you put these inhibitors down in that purple ring around the zombie spores, it will send out pulses that will temporarily disrupt that outer spore shell, allowing you to shoot it to destroy it. When that shell is exposed, there'll be lots of zombies spawning, so it's great as well. And if you do it for all of those 6 spores, if you shoot them all, the contract will complete. And again, similar to the Outlast contract, we want to exploit that and just keep it going. So basically don't shoot all of the zombie spores and the zombies will keep spawning over and over again. So what you want to do, like I say, pick up the inhibitors, put them down at all the eggs. A lot of zombies will spawn in, and what I'd say is that I'd recommend destroying at least 2 to 3 of the spores that are further away, keep the ones that are closer together and just maintain those ones. Every now and then the inhibitor might finish, in which case you need to put another one down so you can get more from ammo reserves or the rest in your inventory, and just keep maintaining those ones. Lots lots of zombies will spawn from it. Just keep shooting them over and over again and don't finish the contract. Like I said, you can keep getting kills throughout the whole match if you want, and then as soon as you're happy, you can complete the contract and it will get you a bit of bonus XP for completing that contract. But the most XP will come from getting all of those zombie kills, which is fantastic. For both of these contracts, make sure you're using your gun, lethal equipment, any sort of kill streak such as a sentry turret, and your field upgrade, just for getting these kills, so that it all counts towards your battle pass XP. Try and avoid getting the nuke power-ups with these contracts and make use of other ones like insta-kill to help you kill the zombies more quickly. Once you've got bored of those, you can go on to other contracts, and I'd recommend grinding a few of the other ones, if you can. So these ones I'm about to talk about, you can do them in tier 1, but you'll get more XP if you do it in tier 2 or 3 zones. So if you can, great. If not, tier 1 is fine. The first one is bounty HVT contracts. So obviously either a mangler or mimic is going to spawn in when you start the contract. So you basically need to destroy the enemy. For the manglers, aim at their hand cannon to do quite a lot of damage. For the mimics, just keep shooting them and keep running away. Don't get too close, otherwise they'll grab you. For the HVT contract, you can keep running away and it will lure the boss towards you, and after a while they'll be stuck within a specific radius and they can't get beyond it. They'll then turn around and go back. So you can keep exploiting that to kill them more easily. And the other contract that's really good is the deliver cargo contract. So all you have to do is pick up the contract, go to the garage, open the door, get in the vehicle, drive to the collection point, and basically along the way a helicopter will be shooting at you, but as long as you can drive and don't get stuck, you'll be very okay. You won't get damaged too much by the helicopter. The main issue is actually zombies on the road, so try and avoid them, because wherever you're driving, if you run over zombies, especially in the higher tier zones, they're going to do a lot of damage to your vehicle, and you don't want your vehicle to be damaged, otherwise you'll fail the contract. So try and swerve away from the zombies and don't actually hit them if you can. So like I say, just keep grinding those contracts over again. The bounty contracts, deliver cargo contracts, easy contracts like that, it's fantastic, really great for XP. So keep doing that if you can, and then when you're finished with all these contracts, you want to head to the nearest exfil point. There's still a fair amount of zombies, so it's worth doing at least one round of exfil, if not more. And when you're doing this, make sure you're using again your gun, your lethal, your kill streak, and your field upgrade. Now the cool thing is they've removed a lot of the zombies for exfil, so they're much emptier than they were. However, they're going to be adding boss zombies to exfils in season 1. So as soon as season 1 comes out, they're going to be adding boss zombies to exfils to make them a little bit more busy, so you'll get more XP, which is great. But later on in season 1, they're going to be adding more zombies to the exfils again once the game's more stable, and they're going to be adding in the final exfil in Modern Warfare Zombies, they're going to be adding tons of zombies to kind of flock towards you. So that is going to be fantastic for XP once again. But like I say, in the meantime, spawn in, try and get all those bonuses, do the Outlast or Spore and Control contract, grind that for loads of zombie kills, then do the other contracts like Bounty or Deliver Cargo, do some exfilling, do a few exfil rounds if you want, at least one or more, exfil and then leave, and then you'll get a ton of XP. I'd only recommend exfilling near the end of the game, but if you do, you're going to get a ton of XP, like I say. So that's it for Modern Warfare 3, multiplayer and zombies. What about Warzone? Well, for Warzone, I've not got a lot to say because obviously it has literally just come out, so it's going to be a bit different from Modern Warfare 2, but here are my main tips. I'll do a more detailed guide when we've had a bit more time to play the game. But for now, once again, as I say, for Warzone, the most important factor is obviously the time played, so try and play longer matches, i.e. survive longer or stay in the game. You also need to be getting a lot of XP. So again, make sure you've got a good class, make sure you're doing lots of looting, so opening lots of loot crates or fridges, duffel bags, any kind of container that has got stuff in it. Looting will help with that. It gives you items, gives you money, and it gives you XP too. The other things you can do is, like I say, open loot boxes, run over bodies of dead enemies, find piles of cash or other items as floor loot, such as on top of roofs or in unsearched rooms. There's loads of places to do looting, so definitely keep doing it as much as you can along the way. Obviously try and get as many kills as you can, so make sure you've got a decent class, use your minimap, maybe a heartbeat sensor, use the compass to find more enemies, that kind of thing. There's finally going to be the red dots returning to the minimap, so that's going to be great. But the most important thing I would say for Warzone Battle Royale is contracts. So the best ones are going to be Scavenger, Intel and Most Wanted. There's also going to be Big Game Bounty too, which I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, you want to try and go between these contracts fast with a helicopter or an ATV. So just basically start a contract, finish it, go to another contract quickly and go between them with vehicles, and you'll just make it so much easier. You obviously want to be surviving longer, so play it safe, don't run about too much. And the longer you survive in Battle Royale, the higher you place, which means more XP, more time played, and therefore faster tier progression, and you get more Battle Pass XP. Now that's for Battle Royale, but other modes like Plunder obviously will vary. So for Plunder, the main goal is cash, so we'll talk about that in a second. Don't forget the pre-game lobby as well, so you get kills and XP from the pre-game lobby, so definitely try and get as many kills as you can. In terms of the best game modes in Warzone, at the moment it's going to be small map modes on Vondel or Ashika. I don't know if something like Vondel Lockdown is going to stay, but if it does, that would be great. If not, there'll be other small map modes. The other great one is Plunder. So for Plunder, that's probably one of my favorites, so I'll talk about that mainly. What I recommend doing is spawn in and quickly find an area of the map with few players but lots of buildings and places to search for loot crates. So basically what I'd recommend is wherever the flight path is, try and stay away from that and choose an empty area of the map. You want to ideally spawn with other teammates as they can help, you know, get other kills, do other contracts, get more money, all that stuff, so they can do their own thing and it can help you as well. In Plunder, the main goal is obviously earning money to get first place, so you want to try and place as high as you can. So when you spawn into that empty area, run around opening as many crates as you can by following the faint humming noise, which indicates where they are. Keep moving, stay ahead and open as many crates as you can. If you find a cash deposit balloon, you can use that so you don't lose some of your money. Keep an eye out for cash piles on the ground or like in unsearched areas like rooftops, unvisited rooms, shelves, places like that. Look for money near dead players and kill as many enemies as possible that you come across to get more cash and more XP as well. I'd recommend doing a couple of contracts if you can along the way, such as scavenger ones, and work with your teammates so they can get you a bigger bonus at the end of the game. So the main thing basically will be opening lots of loot crates, getting so much money from that, and just keep doing that over and over again basically. You can easily earn sort of up to 40,000-50,000 XP for a game if you get first place, so it's definitely worth going for, and it'll get you a ton of progression towards your battle pass, and it'll be quite a long game too, so you have more time progression as well towards that. The other thing you do in Warzone, obviously make sure again you're doing your daily challenges, weekly challenges, camo challenges, seasonal challenges, and again try and overlap all of these if you can. And don't forget, for Warzone we're going to have the camo challenges for the Modern Warfare 2 weapons and also the Modern Warfare 3 weapons, so you can do both of those if you want to, which again gives you something to work towards and gives you more chances for challenge XP. So that's kind of it for Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. Now let's quickly talk about which mode is best overall. Obviously, as per usual, this depends on how well you do in each mode. Longer matches are generally always better than shorter ones, unless they're really high XP. In my opinion, I'd say for Modern Warfare 3, Zombies is probably the most efficient way if you've got a good amount of XP, because it's not variable, there's no sort of skill-based matchmaking that's going to affect you, it's roughly going to be the same amount each time, you can keep getting lots of contracts and lots of stuff, it's really, really good. So that's going to be a very solid way, and it's not going to be as frustrating, you know, with having sweaty lobbies and things like that. For multiplayer, Shipment, Rust, those kind of close quarters map mosh pits are going to be fantastic, but you can play other modes as well, like Ground War Invasion. Some of the new map mosh pits for Season 1 will probably be good too. It's similar to Zombies, maybe not quite as good, but it'll still be very good, so definitely go for that if you can. And then for Warzone, this is going to be at least similar or better than Modern Warfare 3, I'd say. Try and play Plunder or one of the small map modes like Vondel Lockdown or something like that if they've got it. But anyway, that is how to level up your Battle Pass fast in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone Season 1. Basically how to earn those Battle Pass tokens fast. If you found this video useful, be sure to drop a like on the video and check out my other Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 guides. I've got Weapon XP guides, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies guides and mission guides, and a camo guides playlist as well if you guys need. There are cards on screen and links in the description for all of those if you guys need. Finally, just make sure to subscribe if you aren't already so you stay up to date with all my latest Weapon XP guides, challenge guides, that kind of thing. But with that being said, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you all on the next one.